Hey, Miles here, milesbeckler.com. In this video, you're going to learn the 3 reasons why you must cultivate extreme patience in order to succeed as a digital entrepreneur. You've probably heard that patience is a virtue, and I'm going to tell you right now that patience is a requirement for success. And we humans are a little bit impatient. Our world kind of helps us be more impatient and instant gratification focused. So this is maybe a little counterintuitive, or it's maybe a little against what we're ingrainedly wired for, but you're going to be so thankful that you cultivate the patience, because that's how you create the business that you desire. Now, before we get into those 3 things, I need to cover a quick tidbit. Now, being patient doesn't mean not doing anything, right? You need to be patient with the results while you're taking massive action forward. You need to be publishing your blog posts every day. You need to be publishing your videos, if you chose to do videos instead of blog posts, every single day. You need to be sending out emails to your list every single day. So while you're cultivating and having patience for the kind of ultimate success you desire, you're taking absolute massive action day in and day out. Wanted to make sure that's clear. So the 3 reasons why you must cultivate extreme patience. Number 1 is you have been lied to. Now, this is a really, really tricky one. The fake gurus and a lot of CEOs on Instagram are making the world of entrepreneurship look and appear easier than it actually is. They'll use the hashtag hustle and the hashtag grind to capture your attention. There seems to be a lot of pictures of fancy cars and stacks of money and big flash watches, and they're trying to make the game seem easier than it actually is. This is to lure you into their affiliate scam or to their MLM scam or to whatever thing they're trying to sell you, right? They're using some flash to try to lure you in. If you've ever read the book Freakonomics, he does a study about crack dealers and how crack dealers are required to wear bling to attract new crack dealers to the streets. But yet those crack dealers wearing the bling can't even afford the bling that they're wearing to recruit the new recruits. It's a really, really, really interesting scientific and kind of academic study inside of that book of Freakonomics that you might want to check out. And unfortunately, there is a variation and a version of that playing out in the world of internet marketing. So you need to realize that a lot of the webinars that you've been on, a lot of those big, you'll get results in 30 days, or we'll teach you how to launch your thing in 90 days type products, are using those short focused terms, because that is going to trigger you to essentially trigger your impatience and sell you a easy button. But the truth of the matter is that shortcuts lead to long delays. And the moment you realize that it's a difficult path, like creating a successful business online takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of time, then you can ease into that patience. You can block out all of the distractions, which is so key, and then you can create your plan and work your plan, because that's ultimately what's going to create your success, right? Putting out the content, sending out the emails, giving value to your audience over and over, day in, day out for years on end. That's where patience comes in. Number 2 is most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 5 years. So if you've got this grandiose vision that in 1 year from now, you're going to hit that target number, and I don't care whether it's 10 grand a month or 100 grand a month, whatever that number is for you, if you think 1 year, I'm going to make it happen, you're potentially setting yourself up for failure. Because if you get to that 1 year point and you're only making 2 grand a month or a grand a month, or you haven't made any money yet, you're going to be really, really frustrated. Whereas if you zoom out with enough patience and you have the kind of commitment that is, I'm going to do whatever it takes for as long as it takes in order to create the success that I desire, then you can layer on this patience. And in the course of 5 years of focused effort, being of service to your audience, creating great content, whether it's blog posts, podcasts, or videos, and emailing and growing your list and doing all the little nuts and bolts tactical things that we talk about on this channel, right? If you do that for 5 years straight, you'll be amazed at what you create. Most people don't get beyond year 1 because they're so impatient and they have these grandiose goals of what's going to be created in their first year. When that doesn't happen, they throw up their hands and think, this stuff doesn't work. It's a bunch of baloney. It's all a scam. It's not. There is a very, very real way to create an incredibly lucrative and really a freedom-inducing business online. It just takes more energy and more effort than most people expect. So again, patience and realizing that you're going to underestimate what you can do in 5 years. You're going to overestimate what you can do in 1 year. Patience is what bridges that gap, as long as you're putting out your daily content and you're doing the actual work. Number three is it allows you to stay audience motivated versus money motivated. This is huge. One of the words I would maybe use for this is integrity. And when you have patience with your approach to your business and you have patience in the realm of, I'm going to give value for years on end to this audience, and I'm trusting that I'll get mine in the end, right? That 5-year vision, you have the trust and the patience to know that you'll get yours in the end. What this will free you up to do is to be able to ignore that hypey launch that's coming down that all the JV partners are trying to get you to promote to your list. And deep down, you kind of know that it's a spammy, overpriced, under-delivered product. You might be able to make a quick buck this week, but you might hinder the relationship with your subscribers, which would have a very negative long-term effect. And when you're willing to be patient with the process of creating your business, you're able to run the different ideas of what you're going to promote and send out to your list through another filter of, is this really ultimately in the best interest of my audience? Is this really something that's actually going to help them create the results they want? Is this being done out of integrity, or am I trying to kind of knee-jerk send out an offer because I feel like I need to get money from the marketplace? And if you're doing these short-sighted kind of business maneuvers of trying to get money from the marketplace by sending out offer after offer and maybe sending out some of those JV Zoo Warrior WSO type offers that are just rubbish, right? Like they're terrible. You should not be sending that out to your list. No one needs those. You need to either A, create the real deal products for them, or B, spend your time and energy finding the real actual products that will create the result they desire, and then buy the product, consume the product, go through all the steps in the product, become your own your own kind of case study using the product before you ever promote the product. That's when it works best, and that requires patience because you got to put in a lot more time, energy, and sometimes money up front to actually go through the process, to actually vet these things, rather than just finding another affiliate offer, sending it out, finding another affiliate offer, sending it out. If you don't ultimately have your audience's best interest in mind at all times, you are going to burn your list. You are going to kill your reputation, and you will not be able to create the 5-year, 10-year business that ultimately creates the lifestyle of your dreams. Being able to pay off all your taxes, pay off all your debts, buy a house, pay off your mortgage, fill up 401ks or retirement accounts, whatever that is for you, travel the world while working from your laptop. Those kinds of things happen ultimately to people who have patience in the right position, and they're willing to do the right thing now because they know that long term, they're ultimately just everything that you're doing is being observed by your audience. And if you send out too many offers, if you send out shady offers, if you get behind the wrong product offering and kind of in the wrong circle and you're throwing that out to your list, you will ruin your relationship with your list. And ultimately, that relationship with your list is the greatest asset of your business. So spending time and being patient to really cultivate a positive relationship, a relationship built on trust with your list is key. It takes time to build trust. If you think about a real actual friendship or an intimate relationship, right? A significant other type relationship, it takes time. It takes a lot of meetings. It takes a lot of conversations. It takes a lot of interactions to cultivate trust with another human being. And the digital world is the exact same. Some might even say it's more difficult to cultivate trust in the digital world because we don't have the kind of interpersonal communication, those body language cues that we can feed off of to be like, are they just writing this email to try to like give me try to make a buck, right? Is that why they actually sent me this email? Is because like this product seems like rubbish and I think they're just trying to make money from me. They're trying to get money from me. But when you're in a one-to-one situation, you have so many more levels of communication from the body language side of things. You have to keep all of this in mind as you're growing your business. And along the whole path of getting to where I'm at right now with my wife, I wanted it faster. I'm not like inhuman, right? Like I wanted the results faster. When I was 3 years in and I was still barely making 2, 3, 4 grand a month, I was like, where is my 10 grand a month business? But then I was able to check that because that's the ego that's the ego, right? That's this voice popping up. And I was able to tune in my heart and think, okay, what am I doing? What am I doing in this world? What am I creating here? Who is this audience I'm being of service? Am I helping these people enrich their lives? Am I helping them live more fulfilled lives? The answers to those questions were yes. I knew I was on the right path, and my wife and I both kept with it. We kept our head down. We kept giving value, being of service to our audience. And then things really started to take off because your efforts compound over time, and you just hit this tipping point at some point where you're putting in the same exact amount of energy, you're putting in the same exact amount of efforts for your business, and the rewards that you're getting 3x, 5x, 10x, and more from the same amount of energy. That's when it gets really, really, really fun. That's the part that everyone wants to get to, and that's what the fake gurus and those Instagram CEOs are trying to convince you they've achieved. But the honest truth is, most of them aren't actually there. They're just trying to trick you into buying into that system or that thing that they're promoting, because that's the only way they know how to make money. They're not actually delivering value to your life or the lives of others. Those who create significant long-term life-changing success online are those who enrich and help the lives of thousands. I would even go as far to say millions of others. My wife's website reaches about 8 million people per year right now, each and every year. My YouTube channel reaches millions upon millions of people with this content I'm giving away for free to try to help you grow your business. You must take that approach to create a long-term successful business. And ultimately, I do want you to create a very, very successful business, but I want you to be able to rely on that business for your cash flow, your family's cash flow, and your well-being for life. I don't want you to make this 10 grand flash in the pan success and then you can't figure out how to do it again and it all comes crumbling down. My first business crumbled because I built 100% on MySpace and they changed the game on me and I went back to ground zero. I don't want you to experience it. It is so difficult to pick ourselves back up out of those low points, and I had to go through that to convince you right here, right now, do it the right way the first time. Cultivate extreme patience. Be willing to give value and stay focused on how much value am I giving and how can I get more value out to more people. When that's your focus, the income becomes a byproduct of the value you're offering the marketplace, right? How much value and how many people you're giving value to. That is what creates your income. Therefore, go forth, give lots of value. Remember, you're already overestimating what you're going to do in the next year, but when you cultivate this patience and you focus on the 3-year game and the 5-year game, you're going to be amazed at what you're able to create as long as you keep the massive action going and tune out all those fake gurus. Anyone who ever sends you to a JV Zoo product, to a WSO or a Warrior special offer type product, anybody who's bombarding you with offer after offer, unsubscribe from their list, unfollow them on Instagram. In fact, delete Instagram and Facebook from your phone. It's not actually helping you. Stay focused on your long-term plan of creating value in the lives of others. You'll be amazed at what you're able to create in that 3-year, 5-year window. I wish there was a faster way there. I wanted it the whole time. Ultimately, I was just thankful that I followed through to that 5-year mark and beyond. My life now, growing this business with my wife for 9 years consecutive, is insanely positive. The revenue, the lifestyle freedom, the time, the location freedom is something I really, really hope you get to experience. And I know if you cultivate enough patience and you take enough massive action focused on being of service to your audience, you can get there too. That's the truth. That's the rub. I hope this has been helpful. If you enjoyed this video, give me a thumbs up. If you think this video is something that you know somebody who needs to hear this message, grab the URL, throw it in that Facebook group or share it to them, send it to them, email it to them. Do what you do. I appreciate the shares. Sharing is caring. And any questions, get at me in the comments, subscribe, do all that engagement stuff. I'm happy to engage as I have time. I thank you very much for your time in watching this video. And ultimately, I hope you found some value here from this video. And I'll be back with a new video here in a couple of days. So subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you on the next video. Until then, be well, my friend.